This is the famous WTO conference room of the WTO headquarters, where talks on China's joining of the WTO were held 15 years ago. Azevedo said another important talk was also held here in 2013, the negotiation of the Trade Facilitation Agreement.
It was the first multilateral agreement ever reached by the WTO. That was almost 18 years after it was created. So the organization was suffering with a loss of credibility. So we needed to do something.
Azevedo said the Trade Facilitation Agreement is getting a boost from the G20 meetings. It is now onto the process of ratification. Among the 162 members of the WTO, 110 need to ratify to put the agreement into force. He also explained how this agreement will affect the people who are doing foreign trade.
It changes everything. This agreement has a potential impact that people underestimate, they don't understand sometimes. To give you an idea, it reduces transaction costs on average across the world by around 14.5%. What we found out is that the impact of the Trade Facilitation Agreement will be bigger than if we eliminated all tariffs that exist in the world today.
During the G20 trade ministers meeting in July, the world 20 major economies agreed to ratify the Trade Facilitation Agreement by the end of this year and work together to push for the implementation of the agreement. For the G20 Hangzhou Summit, Azevedo said he has high expectations and that he believes the WTO is playing a more important role in the preparation of the summit.
As a presidency, they have been working with us, preparing this for quite some time now. One of the things we did together, the WTO and China, was the World Trade Outlook Indicator. This gives you an indication of what is going to happen for trade growth in the near future.
The indicator at 100 means trade will grow as expected. Green is above trend, which is good news that trade is growing faster than expected. Azevedo says world trade is now a little bit below 100, and he hopes this situation can change partly by having coordination and cooperation among G20 nations. Luo Yu, CCTV.